Welcome back to Politics Now.
Well, current Las Vegas City Councilman Stavros Anthony is running for the County Commission in District C. That's the seat currently held by Larry Brown. Anthony was on the Board of Regents, and he's a retired Metro Police captain. If elected, he would be the only Republican on the Clark County Commission. I asked him about his priorities. What do you think your top priority would be? What's the biggest need in District C that you would address if you got elected?
Well, the most important priority for me, whether it's on the City Council or whether it's on the County Commission, is neighborhood integrity. Because really the most important thing that people have is their neighborhood, where they live, where they raise their kids, where they walk their dogs, where they go to the park, where they work. And people want a safe, organized community that they live in. They don't want graffiti, they don't want shopping carts, they don't want junk cars parked in front of their house. They want to be able to go to the park, and it's safe. They can take their kids there, and it's not even safe, it's a perception of being safe. And that's really what I do the most, is make sure that our neighborhoods are in great shape and people are proud of where they live. So in District C, we have a lot of desert rural area, and people want to live in a desert rural community. Well, I want to preserve that. I want to make sure that people want to live a lifestyle that they bought their house into, that they bought their land where they work, and that's really number one. Second is really transportation. Everybody's got to drive somewhere.
They have begun enforcing HOV lanes 24/7. You have said, look, before we had this Project Neon was complete, you could use those lanes if you were a single driver off hours. And why shouldn't we allow that to continue? And that's been, you've gotten some pushback. That's become very controversial, and the state has not given any ground on that.
No, they haven't, and you know, I'm just like anybody else that drives 95 and I-15 when your traffic is backed up and you look over at the HOV lane, and it's not very well populated. Most of the people there are, you know, landscape trucks with 2 or 3 people in it, moving trucks with 2 or 3 people in it, somebody taking their kid to school. But I guarantee you, nobody is out there calling up their friends saying, hey, let's go to work together today so we can use the HOV lane. So people are breaking the law. They're driving in the HOV lane as a single driver. You can see it, I can see it. It's very prevalent. So I think they're useless in the first place, but it really, the tipping point was, as you mentioned, is when they went 24/7. Yeah. There's no reason to have those designated HOV lanes at 12 noon or 2 in the morning. It just kind of stuck it to everybody.
There are in the city county islands. Those are areas of land that are unincorporated county, but they're surrounded by the city. There's been fights over annexation. Would they annex into the city? The property tax levels are different. Some people don't want to annex into the city. Will your position on that change when you go from city to county, assuming you get elected?
My position on the City Council and my position on the Clark County Commission is, if you do not want to get annexed into the city, you are not going to get annexed into the city. If you want to get annexed into the city and you request that, then we're going to accommodate you, because some people do want to get annexed into the city for sewer reasons, but I will not force anyone to that lives in Clark County to be forcibly annexed into the city of Las Vegas. I will fight that completely.
I also asked Anthony about the county's oversight of child protective services and looking into child deaths. You can watch his answer to that question and the rest of our interview on our website at 8newsnow.com.